everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and today I am back with my June TBR Star Hop. I am really excited about this June game because I am going to have a vacation in June that I'm going on, so that's probably going to affect some of the choices that I make. I have some buddy reads that I'm really looking forward to. I have a readathon that is happening. It's just a 48-hour weekend readathon. I already posted the announcement for that if you want to go check it out, but I'm going to be playing my mini game with all of you in the month of June as well. So I'm going to have quite a bit of reading that I want to get done, time to do some reading. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a great month. So I'm hoping that the game lets me choose a lot of good books that I'm really excited about and fit those on here. The obligation books that I have, like the buddy reads that I have, I'm really looking forward to. None of them kind of feel like a book that I have to put on there. So yeah, June's just looking like it's going to be a great reading month for me. But before I get too excited, let's talk about my May reading. Okay, for those of you who remember, my TBR for the month of May was quite long. It's thick. I need to back up a little bit so it's all completely in screen. But I did, whoa. Okay, one of the books that I had to read was the next Wayward Children's book, Lost in the Moment and Found, which I did read. I had Jane Eyre, which I started barely. I had The Ember Blade, which I am almost done with this one, just closing in on the final read of that. I have Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, which I did read. I have Slaughterhouse 5, which I read. Conversations with Friends, which I read. Normal People, which I read. Charlotte's Web, read. Misrule, read. And now it goes downhill. The Frugal Wizard's Handbook to Surviving Medieval England, I did not read. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, I did read. Loved that book so much. Empire of Storms, I did read. And then The Bone Shard War, I did not read. So I actually feel like going through this list, I did a little bit better than I thought I did. I had started Jane Eyre. I'm almost done with Ember Blade. So really there are 2 books on here that I didn't read, but in all fairness, they are pretty thick ones. So I failed my May TBR. I made a good effort at it. I just feel like I was really excited. I'm going to be going to the Taylor Swift concert in Chicago and really looking forward to that. So I did spend a lot of time listening to Taylor Swift music instead of audiobooks and just doing different things to prep for that. So this is on me, and I'm not super mad about it. I feel like I definitely could have finished, but I'm not upset that I didn't. I do feel, though, that some of these books are probably going to roll over to next month, though, since I didn't finish them this month. So we are going to be starting off with an extra black hole on the board. I'm not super fussed about it because I do feel really confident about the month of June, and I'm really excited about a lot of these books. Sorry, that's obnoxiously loud. But we're going to random number generate to find out which spot I need to put this extra black hole on the board, and I'll stick it on there and just fingers crossed we don't hit it. Got a random number generator from Google, and let's see, I'm really kind of hoping for a smaller number, so if we do hit it, it's not so far to go back to the beginning. But, yeah. Okay. 21. Okay. I feel like that's okay. I'm not super mad about that. It's not a huge deal. Let me grab out my extra black hole here, and we will jump into the first roll. Okay, so here we are putting that black hole on the board. Well, at least it's going on over a sun, so I can be a little bit more okay with that, but this is quite a ways onto the board, so a little nervous, but let's just see how it goes. First roll, we get 6. Nice. And Moon. For the prompt, we have ends in an odd page number. Okay. Okay, first roll, we started out with a moon, and the prompt is ends in an odd page number. And for this one, we're already going to be bringing over one of the books that I had on last month's TBR. That is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I just want to read this book. I did start it last month. I'm barely anywhere in it though, so it doesn't really count, to be honest. But I am really looking forward to reading this one. I just know this is one I'm gonna like. It started out kind of different than I expected, but I'm just really looking forward to seeing where we go with this. I'm hoping for a little bit of gothic in here. I think there's a little bit of thriller mystery elements to it as well. So I just think this is gonna be a classic that I really, really enjoy. Plus it's really small, this copy that I have, so it'd be really easy to bring with me on some of my trips that I have coming up. Next roll. 8. Nice. Big numbers. Keep it coming. Lies. I don't want them to keep it coming. No. Ugh, okay, it's fine. It's early in the game. It's okay. Well, that's not exactly the best start to the game that we could have had, but at least we're relatively close to the beginning still, so it's not the end of the world. And we're drawing out of the wormhole. I always do kind of worry a little bit when I get the wormholes because I like to be able to choose which books I have on there, but this is good for me. This will help me finish series that I might otherwise not have finished or might not have prioritized as soon. So I think this will be really good to be able to maybe get this on here when I do have a good amount of time for reading this month. I am not really fussed about what I pick on this one. I'm going to be good with anything. So here we go. We got our first wormhole, hopefully last wormhole of the game, and we have Plated Prisoner. I am not actually mad about this one. I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot about this series a little bit. I forget about series I'm reading sometimes, but I'm actually really excited that it chose this one. This is a good one. Okay, I actually don't own any of the books in this series, so I'll put the picture up here, but the first one in this is Guild, and this is a King Midas retelling. It is a new adult fantasy romance, and in this one we're kind of following this consort to the king. I don't know if that's the right word. She'd kind of be in his harem, and she is gold touched. So like her hair, her skin, everything is gold, and she belongs to King Midas and is essentially in this cage. I read the first one and I wasn't a huge fan of it, and the first one isn't really much romance if you're going into the series, but I'm really interested to see where we go with the second one. I did barely start it when I was on vacation literally a year ago, but I'm definitely gonna have to restart that book. I think I was only a few chapters in. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing where this goes. I know that my sister read them all and was enjoying them. So I think this also would be a good read for vacations as well, because I do have it on my Kindle. So I'm excited about this one. This was actually a really good pick for a wormhole. I'm not mad about it. Okay, good numbers. 9. Yes, I like it. Okay. Woohoo! Comets are free spaces, so we're just gonna jump into the next roll. Let's get past that black hole. 11! Holy cow, yes! No! No! Why do I keep getting excited about the numbers that get me the worst spots? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Wow, that took us a long ways back. Oh, that was painful, because now we could hit this again. Okay. Here we go. Dang it. Oh, we got the comet, and I was so excited because I was like, oh, the game's making up for giving me a wormhole so early in the game. It's going to be nice to me. And no. I get my second wormhole of the game, and in only 3 books in my third book, my second and third book are going to be chosen by the Wormhole Jar. Okay, here we go. Again, I'm not super fussed about which book gets picked out of here. I'm early enough in the game that I'm feeling pretty confident still, so yeah, I'm not really worried about it. I feel like there's a lot of series in here that I probably have forgotten about, though, that I did decide to DNF the series, and so I don't remember they're in here. And I probably would not like one of those, but, you know, the jar will give me what it gives me. Okay, here we go. Be nice. And we get Belgariad. Yes, okay. Again, I'm not really mad about this. This isn't one I was necessarily thinking about reading during this month, but I'm not upset about it. This is an okay choice. I'm okay with it. So we have the next book in the Belgariad, which is Magician's Gambit. I've read the first 2 books in this series, and I did quite enjoy them. The first one I wasn't as into, but the second one I started to really get more invested in. You're starting to learn more about the world and prophecies and lore and just the different characters in here, and I think the character dynamics are changing some. So I am really looking forward to reading the next book in this series. It's kind of a coming of age tale. It has a lot of the classic fantasy tropes, like the chosen one, magical object, found family, quest, those types of things. So definitely looking forward to continuing reading this one, but again, wasn't necessarily thinking it was going to happen this month. This doesn't feel like a summer vacation read to me, but I'm not mad about it. It definitely could have chosen worse. So this one is going on the TBR, and yeah, let's just fingers crossed we can get to the end without any more wormholes. I don't mind if I get small numbers in a lot of books, but I kind of want to pick some books for myself. Okay. Good numbers, nothing swirly. 8. I actually have no idea if that's good or not. Oh, this is scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh! Dang, that was so close. Didn't like that. Did not like that at all. Okay, another moon prompt, and it is a random number. Okay, this one's fine. We can do this. Okay, next roll, we got just a regular prompt, which I'm happy about, and it is a moon prompt. So for that one, I have a random number. So I need to make a list of books that I can choose whichever ones I want, ones I'm interested in reading, and then use a random number generator to choose which of those books I'm going to read. So I have made a list. I chose 5 books. I want to keep it kind of short. I'll put the list over here so you can see it, but I also have the list here in front of me. I don't know if you can read that, just so I can show that yes, I did make my list, and we'll see what the random number generator gives me. It will be between 1 and 5, and generate 3. Okay, and number 3 is Bone Shard War. So Bone Shard War, as you guys just saw at the beginning, was on my TBR for last month. I did not get to it. My friend I was going to buddy read with it kind of pushed it back as well, and so I just decided to push it back too. I know I should have read it, but this one was going to be going on to this month's TBR regardless, and so I'm kind of happy that the random number generator decided to pick this one for me, because I'm already going to be buddy reading it. I want to do a live show for it, so this one was definitely going to be making on the list anyways. This is the 3rd and final book in adult fantasy trilogy. This world is kind of an archipelago of islands, and we have the daughter of the emperor who is trying to figure out the secrets of her father and save her kingdom. We are also following a smuggler who has the most adorable animal companion, and we also are following a few other characters in here as well. I really enjoyed the first one. I feel like it had a lot of potential. The second one was not as much of a hit for me, so I'm really interested to see how I feel about this one. I've heard very mixed things about the conclusion to the series, so hopefully I love it, because it's a huge book, it's a big commitment, and I really want to enjoy it. Oh man, come on, be nice. I think that's good. I actually think that's okay. Yes, I mean, another moon prompt, which is fine, but no wormhole. So a book over 500 pages. Dang, okay. Okay, I thought the game was being a little nicer, giving me a moon prompt, but then it gave me the greater than 500 pages prompt, which not so nice. But I do have a book that was already planning to be read this month, so it works out great. And that is The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. This is the first book in the 5 Warrior Angels series, and I actually was I walked to the bookstores quite frequently in my town, and I went to this local bookstore that we have, and I actually ran into Brian Lee Durfee and started chatting with him a little bit about his books. And so it really made me want to read this book sooner rather than later. He was a really nice guy, super fun to talk to, very open to just like chatting about his work. So I'm going to be buddy reading this book with my friend Abby from the channel Abby Salter, and then Joanna from the channel Joanna Sousa might be joining us as well. And hopefully when we're done reading the series, we'll be able to like have a chat with Brian Lee Durfee and talk about his works. I have heard from Abby, she's already read this book. This will be a reread, and she absolutely loved it and said that she thinks I'll love it as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard it's really good, has great writing and great characters. So I'm excited about this one. I know it's really thick, but I am going to have a lot of time for reading this month. And so, yeah, this one's going on, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I know I'm starting a new high fantasy series, but you know what? I'm feeling in the mood for it, and June is the month of picking what I'm in the mood for. So yeah, really excited to put this one on my list. Okay. We don't want an 8. We can't get a 1, which is great, and we don't want an 8. Anything else, and we're good. Okay. 5. Safe. It's okay. And a star prompt. Nice. First star prompt of the game. Buddy read. Can do. I can do that one. Okay, moving along, we got a star, and for that one the prompt is buddy read. And I might I might be being a little mean to myself putting 3 giant books on back to back, but I'm putting on The Shadow Casket by Chris Wooding. This is the second book. I don't know if this series has a name or not. But this is the sequel to The Ember Blade, and I did buddy read that book this month with my friend Andrew from the channel Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and absolutely loved it. Like I said at the beginning though, I do have a little bit left to read in it, but loving it so much. It just feels like such an amazing classic fantasy world that you can just fall into and get lost in. I love the characters. I like the story. I love the use of very familiar tropes, but in a way that doesn't feel old. It just feels really engaging and comfortable, and I just have really been enjoying that book so much. So really excited to move on to the second book in this series. I have these beautiful editions from the Broken Binding, and I just can't wait to see where we go with this story. But again, this is another very thick book going on to this TBR, making me a tad nervous, but I do have a lot more reading time this month, so fingers crossed that it works out just fine. Okay, we do not want a 3. That's what we don't want here. Come on, good numbers. Ah! Ah! Oh my gosh. Like, we hit this one last time, didn't we? Am I remembering this? I swear this is 2 months in a row. We're hitting that black hole, going back to the beginning. Oh man. I feel like this is karma for being so optimistic about last month's and then failing so miserably. It feels like it needs to pay me back or something. Okay, we hit the black hole. It's okay. Like I said, I have a lot of time for reading in June. I need to just keep optimistic about this. We can hit 1 black hole. That'll be okay. We'll survive it. It's fine. Okay, back to this. This jar has definitely gotten a lot of use out of it this month. Wow, that was loud. So here we go. I'm starting to hope that I don't get too long of a book here. I'm not too picky about which book I get. I mean, I do hope it's one that I'm interested in, but I'm just like it not to be too long, because I just put 3 very long adult fantasy books on my TBR back to back. So I just need the Wormhole Jar to not be too mean to me. Like, okay. I've got it. Here it is. Oh my gosh, if it's Wheel of Time, I'm gonna die. It's gonna be Wheel of Time. I can't look. Oh, I can't have it be Wheel of Time. Is it? What is it? Oh, it's upside down. Nah. Oh no! No! This is like just as bad as okay. Maybe less bad than Wheel of Time because I'm more interested in continuing with it, but it might be longer. Oh man. Oh my gosh, this actually, sorry. This actually reminds me that when I picked Malice out last month, everyone was saying, well, not everyone, but a lot of people in the comments were saying they thought it was the Faithful and the Fallen series because Malice is the first book in that series. But now apparently we know that I was actually correct and it was that duology. When people were commenting that, I thought I might be wrong. But apparently I did put it in there as the Faithful and the Fallen. So yeah, I'll grab that. Okay, here it is. The next book in the Faithful and the Fallen series, Ruin by John Gwynne. This is an adult Norse-inspired fantasy story. It's set in this world where these gods have kind of left the world, but there is a prophesied kind of big final, almost Armageddon type war that's going to be coming, where the dark is going to be fighting the light. They're just going to be choosing their champions. These like different countries where it's taking place have been at war, and different people are like betraying and backstabbing, and it's multi-POV. It's a great time. I absolutely have been loving the series. But I started reading this one a year ago. I was reading this one on my trip to Europe last year, and I seriously just stopped reading it. So I'm going to have to start again. I was this far into it, and I'm going to have to start again because I don't remember enough, I don't think. I have how long is this book? This is a 750-page book that has just been added to my TBR after putting on like 3 big adult high, there's 4 big adult high fantasies in a row. Oh no. I'm starting to feel less and less confident about my ability to finish my June TBR as this time goes on. I'm gonna have to watch what books I put on from now on because we're at the beginning. We are back at the beginning, and by sending us back to the beginning, it also gave us a 750-page book. How is this possible? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to move on to the next roll and, just like breathe and hope that the rest of the game is nicer to me, because holy cow, this is starting to get a little scary. Well, here we go. On to our next one. 9. At least we're starting our second go with a big number. Okay. And it's a sun, that's okay. We'll take it. We're not going back to the beginning, we'll take it. Ooh, a book with a 10 to 12 letter title. I swear I just got this prompt last month. What is going on? Okay, with what is essentially back to the beginning roll number 1, we got a star prompt, but we didn't get a wormhole, so I'll take it. And for that, the prompt is a book with a 10 to 12 letter title. And I did take a minute to try to find one, and I think I'm going to throw a nonfiction on here that I've been interested in reading for a little while, and that is Furious Love. This is a nonfiction book about like Elizabeth Taylor and her life, her love story with, I do not even remember his name, but I've heard really good things about this book. I'm kind of interested in reading a little bit more nonfiction, and I don't know, this one was intriguing to me. It just kind of caught my eye. So Furious Love is going to be going on here. Plus, it seems like it's a little bit shorter. I do have the audiobook, and I do like listening to nonfiction on audiobooks a lot. So this is going on, and hopefully it'll help to break up some of these giant, thick fantasy books that I have on here. Come on, be nice to me. 11. Yes, beautiful. Okay. Whoa, that was way too close for comfort. Did not like that. Whew. Okay, our prompt is a gifted book. I can do that. Okay, next one. Again, we dodged a wormhole and we got a star prompt in for that. The prompt is Gifted. And this one is a book I am actually so excited to read. I feel like it's so hyped on the Bookternet, but that is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. I actually have no idea what this is about. I'm pretty sure it's a girl who's training to be an assassin. This is a fantasy romance story, and this was gifted to me by my friend Monet, and I just can't wait to read it. I think it's going to be so good. I've heard so many good things about this book. I haven't really heard anyone not like this book, but then again, sometimes when you get on the right side of TikTok, it just keeps showing you the people that like books and you don't get the other side of the coin sometimes. So I'm really hoping I'm going to enjoy this, and this feels like it would be a perfect vacation read as well. So I'm thinking this one is probably one that I'll take with me when I go to my beach vacation, read it on the beach, and just like enjoy some fantasy romance. I'm hoping it'll be a relatively quick read because it's not short, but fantasy romance tends to go very quickly for me. So hopefully this is the same. Okay, big. Okay, battery died. So sorry. This game apparently is taking too long, but here's the roll. 8. Okay, big enough. We'll take it. No. How? Like that? Ah! I think this has got to be a record for the most wormholes / black holes hit in a game. Like, I don't think I've hit this many before. And it's the same really long one. Could we not hit like this one or something? This one's short. This one's okay. This one is crazy. Okay, let's see what the wormhole jar picks for me this time. Please be nice. I don't know how this is happening to me. This is like the worst luck I think I've maybe ever had in this game. I don't know if I've hit this many black holes / wormholes kind of ever, but here we go again. We have our wormhole jar back. And at this point, I am picky about the wormhole jar and what the wormhole jar decides to pick for me. I am hoping for short. I honestly would love a graphic novel or maybe one of the really short, like middle grade series that I read and just never really continued with. I'd be okay with that as well. I don't think I could take it if it picked Wheel of Time. I know Wheel of Time is like the one I'm always scared of, but like, I don't think I could do it. Here's our prompt. Let's do it. Just rip off the Band-Aid. Rip off the Band-Aid. Here we go. Ah! Throne of Glass. I swear this one comes out more than its fair share. Do I have more than one in there or something? I need to like go through that jar and sort through because I feel like I've drawn Throne of Glass out of here more than once, which is unusual because there's a lot in there that I've never drawn. But anyways, the jar has spoken. I think it's on here somewhere. Right? Tower of Dawn is there. Oh yes, here we are. Huh? It is thick. Oh my gosh. So Kingdom of Ash, this is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. Oh, it has a cool little signature on the front. That's cool. Wow. Wow. Whew. Okay. How long is this book? I don't want like any spoilers by looking towards the end, but how many pages? 980 pages long. The wormhole just gave us a 1,000-page book to add on to this TBR. That's insane. Okay, I went and looked. This is my 5th thick fantasy book on here. Now, granted, these books are quicker reads for me. So the Throne of Glass books tend to be fairly quick reads because they are like YA fantasy romance, and so it's not as bad. But still, this is a really long book to add onto this list, and I'm a little nervous about it because it's pretty thick to be bringing with me on vacation, and I am going to be traveling a lot, and I already have other thick books, so the wormhole could have been nicer to me. I'm just going to put it that way. It chose violence. It chose to be mean. And now here we go. This book has now been officially added to the TBR, and just fingers crossed I can get through it because this is insane. I've had a lot of books before on my TBRs, but I don't know if I've ever had this many chunky books before. This is going to be an interesting month. And you know, let's see where it goes from here. It can't get much worse. Okay, here we go. Again. Please be nice to me. 10. I think that's good. I think it's safe. 7, 8, 9, 10. Moon. All good. All safe. A book with sprayed edges. Got it. Okay, so we got a moon prompt, which is safe. And the prompt is sprayed edges. And for this one, I don't think this is going to come as a surprise to anyone. And that is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Look at those sprayed edges. This was gifted to me. I did post on my Instagram asking if it was you who gifted this to me. Please let me know because I want to thank you. This was sent to me without a gift note, so I'm not sure who it's from, but thank you so much. I am so excited to get to this book. I wanted to completely ditch my May TBR and just read this book, but I mean, I showed some restraint and didn't. Not that it really helped me out much, seeing as how I lost anyways, but now this is officially on the TBR. I can't wait to read it. I've heard so many people love this book. I've heard some people saying they don't love it as much, but you know what? I'm still going to be running with the hype, and I just can't wait. I think it's going to be so good. I love magical schools, competitions, dragons, fantasy romance. This kind of has everything that I really want in a book, I think, and I think it might be a perfect vacation read as well. So I'm really excited to fit this one on here, and I'm glad I have the sprayed edges edition so it fits for this prompt. Okay, what don't we want? No 4 or 11. No 4s, no 11s. I'm good. Come on, good numbers. Ah! Oh my gosh, how is this possible? I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. No. That was dramatic. That was dramatic. I can't believe we're going back to the beginning. I don't know if I've ever hit the black hole twice in one game. This black hole isn't even affecting us. It might as well just not even be there. Okay, fine. Here we go. Back to the beginning. Please let the Wormhole Jar be nice to me. Well, we did it again. Again, we have hit the same black hole. We're back at the beginning. I don't even really know what to say at this point because I'm in shock. I don't know how I'm gonna manage this. This is out of control. I don't even know why I'm putting the cap back on this Wormhole Jar every single time. I'm gonna leave it off this time and see if that helps bring me good luck. I honestly at this point really care which book comes out of here. I don't want Wheel of Time. I don't want Stormlight Archive. Throne of Glass is done. They can't do that to me again. What other thick ones are in here? I know that there are some thick books in here. Okay. I can't think of any others right now, but I'm sure there are. Let's dig deep. I need to dig into deeper ones. Ooh, getting my hand stuck. Okay. I have it. No Wheel of Time. No Stormlight. No Shadows of the Apt. That also is long. Okay. Okay. I don't want to open it. Look at it for me. Tell me if it's bad. It's not even in camera. Silent Gods. I have bad handwriting, apparently. Silent Gods. What is that? No! It is. This is the Master Artificer series. Like Master of Sorrows, Master Artificer. I'm speechless because I didn't think that the game could be that mean to me. I actually didn't think it was possible I will show you why if you do not know this series. Okay, so I went and found Master Artificer, which is the next book in the series. This is it. This is the book that the black hole chose for me. It's like, we're going to send you back to the beginning. We know we've done it before. And we're going to give you maybe the thickest book on there. Just kidding. Stormlight and Wheel of Time were probably longer, but this is a close third. Actually, I did put Faithful and the Fallen back in there. So if I would have pulled that, it might have been worse. I don't know though. This is such a long, chunky book. It's heavy. So this one isn't coming anywhere with me. This is over 850 pages. Again, I actually love this series. I loved the first book so much, and I'm really excited to read this one. I have been looking forward to it for a long time, but it was not going to be going on this TBR. There was no way I was going to throw on this giant, thick book onto this TBR, especially in a month where I'm traveling quite a bit, and I'm not going to be bringing this one with me because it's special. It has like UV light special stuff on there. It's signed by the author. It's like dated for the release date, like signed and dated for the release date of this book. I literally went and got it at the bookstore like day it was released. And so this is a special one to me, and I'm never going to take it places with me, but I'm traveling so much this month. How am I going to be able to read this one? It's fine. It's fine. I can do this. Master Artificer is now officially on the TBR. I don't know what I did to deserve this kind of hatred from the game, but here we are. It's so heavy. Oh, you know, I've just kind of accepted my fate at this point, and whatever I get, I get. 7. Great. Aw. Wait, I think it might be. I think it's okay. 7, yes. Barely safe. And we need a book with royalty. That is very doable. Okay, we got a star. We got a star prompt. I get to pick my book. I'm so excited. The prompt is royalty, and I'm going to be very nice to myself, and I am choosing The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is a YA fantasy romance. I've heard great things about it. YA fantasy romance is fast read for me. Plus, look, it's not that long. It's a decently sized book. It's a nice floppy, light paperback, so I can bring it with me on vacation. I don't know much about this story except there's a princess. She has ran away, and there are 2 other POVs. One of them's an assassin, one of them's a prince, and we don't know which one is which. So I think that's kind of the like twist that's going to be happening in this book. I am really excited for this. I have been looking forward to the series for a long time. I just haven't gotten to it. So I'm really happy to be able to fit on like a shorter YA fantasy romance onto this TBR, much more doable than the other books. It feels good to put this on. Plus, I'm really looking forward to it. I've been meaning to read it for years and just haven't gotten to it. So excited this is on, and just fingers crossed we can get to the end of the game soon and I can choose all the rest of my books so I can keep putting on like this type. I don't even know what I don't want. 6. I think that's fine, but you know, I could be wrong. 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay, another star. Yes. A romance. Done. Quick. I can do it. Okay, next prompt. Another star. We are loving it. We need this. Prompt is romance, and I am going to be putting on The Heart of Betrayal, which is the sequel to The Kiss of Deception. And this is a YA fantasy romance. So it fits the prompt. I don't really need to talk about it because I just talked about the other one. But again, fairly short, easy to get through, nice floppy, comfortable to carry with me on vacation paperback. I think it'll be really fun to binge these back to back. I rarely put 2 books from the same series on a TBR in the same month. So yes, this one's going on. Plus, I really like this color on the cover. I know that sometimes they're purple. The second one is purple in the series, but I like my orange one. It pops and I love it. If we hit that extra black hole, there is a possibility that I cry on screen, but you know what? Let's see. We'll see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We keep landing on the stars right before the black holes or wormholes, and I am loving it. This is actually bringing me so much happiness. A hyped book that I can do. Next prompt, we got another star. I almost feel like the game is trying to make it up to me a little bit by giving me easier prompts, and for this one is hyped. And I decided to throw on Queen Charlotte by Julia Quinn and Shonda Rhimes. This is the prequel to the Bridgerton books. I've actually never read any of the Bridgerton books, but I've watched the TV show, and I've decided I want to read the book before watching the Queen Charlotte season of Bridgerton and kind of see what differences there are, if they're the same. So I'm planning on like reading this one, then watching the TV show, and maybe even doing like a vlog of it, comparing. I'm not positive. We'll see what I decide to do. But I'm really looking forward to this. I think that romances are very quick, easy reads. They're super simple for me to get through, so I think this is a good one to add onto the list. I don't think it's that long either. It's just a little bit over 300 pages, so I think this should be very doable. And again, this feels like a vacation read as well. I could definitely do like beach read or vacation to Taylor Swift reading this book. So yes, this one is going on here, and I'm very happy that the game has decided that I deserve to be treated a little nicely for maybe a few of the next rolls. And hopefully we get to the end. No more black holes, no more wormholes. So yeah, this one's going on the list. I'm feeling much better at this point. What do we think the odds are that I hit that wormhole again? 10. I actually think that gets us past the wormhole. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Look at my little Millennium Falcon go. Okay. A book less than 300 pages. That's actually really nice. Thank you. Thank you. Another nicer prompt, we got a moon. Prompt was a book less than 300 pages, and this one I'm gonna put on Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I have been really looking forward to this book since it kind of got traditionally published. I didn't really know about it before then. It is shorter, so it looks like it's longer because it has like some stuff from the next book in there as well. But this book is 262 pages, so I feel like that is very reasonable, very doable. This is I think it might be like a tragic romance. I'm not positive, but I've heard amazing things about it. Even people who didn't like the Atlas 6 really enjoyed this one, liked her writing in here, characters, everything. So I'm really looking forward to this. Again, though, this is a special edition and I don't have a regular edition, so it might be one that I have to read at home because I don't want to take this with me and get it ruined. But I think this is going to be a nice breather book for me to be able to read in between some of my other thicker books that I have on this TBR. So definitely excited that the game was nice and is able to put on a shorter, more reasonable book. I've decided not to count the number of spaces to the next black hole just so I don't jinx us. We'll see if that works. 3. Well, I know I'm pretty positive 3 is safe. So let's see. Okay, I mean, it's a sun, but it's not sending me back to the beginning, so I will take it. Oh, a book 390 to 420 pages. That's actually kind of hard. Okay, this one was a little bit irritating. Sun, the prompt was 390 to 420 pages, and this was not too easy for me to do, but I decided to go with The Beautiful and the Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This is a classic, and it is 390 pages in the edition that I have. So I am not sure if I'm going to enjoy this one. I'm reading it for a project that I am doing, but I did not like The Great Gatsby at all. I actually quite hated it, and this is by the same author, and I think it's set in the same time period and maybe has some of the same vibes. I'm not sure, but I'm not necessarily looking forward to this all that much. We'll see. I did barely start it at one point, so I'm like 30 pages in, and I don't really count that as having started that much for the purposes of the game. Sorry, lighting's going away because this video is taking so long to film. But yeah, this one's gonna go on here. I don't think it's gonna be that long, plus I do have the audiobook, and so I can listen to the audiobook and read it at the same time. I don't think it takes that much attention, honestly. So if I'm listening to the audiobook while I'm doing other things, that's okay, because I find that a lot of classics I don't have to pay a ton of attention to. because like the details aren't quite as important, and maybe you classics people are going to come for me, but personally I feel like I can enjoy classics just as much when I don't like pay strict attention to them. So this one's going on here. It fit the prompt. I was struggling, but here we go. Okay, we want anything but a 2, so I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to get past and we're going to finish this time. Yes. Okay, 4 is still not large, but we will take it. It is so dark outside. I don't know if the lighting is gonna look okay on the video, but we made it to the end. I don't know if you know how excited I am that we have finally made it to the spinner wheel. I needed this so badly at this point. If we would have hit the black hole again, I don't think I could have done it. Like, there's no way. I already have, what, like 18 or so books on this TBR. I could be off a little bit. I haven't counted, but we're definitely in the high teens at this point. Like, there's no way we can start the game again. So really excited. We got to the spinner wheel. I'm not super fussed about what prompt I get at this point. Like, I hope it's easy, but it should be fine. So those of you who don't know, I spin a wheel with prompts, and then I have 10 seconds to find a book that fits that prompt, or I have to spin again. I also have to spin again if I spin the same prompt as I got last month, which was free pick. So, okay, I'm just really hoping that I can find a book quick enough, because I do usually bring up like a stack of books that I could pick from, but they've been dwindling as this game has gone on. So I have less choices than I usually do. So hopefully this works out. Okay, here we go. Free pick. Okay. Ha. Okay, I got it. I don't know why I'm smiling. I don't know why I'm excited. I got free pick, which means I have to spin again because this was the prompt from last month. Do you know how often, do you guys know how often I have to spin again for the spinner wheel? I think it's happened maybe twice, maybe 3 times in the entire time I've been playing this game. And yet, the month where I've hit pretty much every wormhole, black hole twice, and I have like 18 books, and so many of them are really thick on my TBR, I have to spin twice. I just don't think, I think that the cosmos is out to get me this month. But here we go. We have The Beauty of Darkness is the book that I picked. This is the third and final book in the trilogy that I put the other 2 books on this TBR. So I'm planning on reading an entire trilogy this month. I think that actually will be really fun. In theory, I just think I have so many books to read this month that it might be a little bit more difficult. But this one is thicker than the others now that I'm feeling it. It is quite a bit longer. How long is this one? This one's almost 700 pages long. Oh my gosh. I mean, I think I'm gonna have a panic attack. Okay, it's fine. I have the third and final book from the Remnant Chronicles on here. It is YA fantasy romance. The pages aren't like as crammed with writing as adult fantasy. This should be a lot more doable than the thicker fantasy books. I know it's long. I did not even really realize it when I was grabbing it. I was just kind of grabbing, but here we are, and we have to spin again anyways. So I'm gonna put this over here and we're gonna spin again. Spinning again, and I have 10 seconds to find a book. If I get free pick again, then I have to pick again. So, I mean, I don't think I will. I don't think the spinner wheel usually lands on the same thing twice, but you know, just because I said that, I probably jinxed myself. Let's do it. Let's just spin, see what we get. Okay. Adult fantasy. Okay, here we go. I have a lot of that. I have a lot of adult fantasy. What do I want to pick? Can't be too long. Okay, here we go. Got one. I got one. Got it. Did I start it? Is it on? Is it out of batteries? Oh my gosh. Well, that's out of batteries, but I feel very confident that I got this book within 10 seconds, so we're gonna go with it. I chose One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This one is not too long for an adult fantasy. It was kind of the quickest that I could choose. It's less than 400 pages, which for an adult fantasy I feel like is good. Am I just telling myself this? Am I just trying to convince myself? I bet if I look around right now, I could find like 5 other adult fantasies that are shorter that I should have chosen. I'm not gonna think about that. We have this one on the list. I have actually really been looking forward to this book as well. And this is one that I would love to take on vacation because I am hoping for vibes from this book. I think it does have some romance in it, but I don't think it is a fantasy romance. I think it is like a romantic fantasy. It has really good vibes, like a magical forest. Just look at the cover. It looks like it has that gothic, dark feel to it. That's what I want. That's what I'm going for this book. And those types of books I read so quickly. I love the vibes books. I mean, Flower Bride, I read it in like 3 hours. So that's what I'm hoping for this book, is that I'll be able to binge it because it just sucks me into the world. I'm hoping. I need it to. I chose it. It's now on. Okay. This is the final book on the TBR. I need to remind myself to get batteries for this, but now you're beeping at me? Okay, I don't trust it. I think it still needs batteries, but we're done. We've gotten to the end of the game. I'm looking at the stacks and I legitimately do not think I can hold all of them at the same time to show them to you. So I'm going to have to show them to you in 2 different stacks. And then at the end, I'll try to hold them all in one stack without dropping them or like, breaking my arm or something. Okay, maybe I'm pathetic and weak, but even one stack, it's divided into 2, and even one stack is very heavy for me. Okay, so we have Jane Eyre for a book that ends in an odd page number. We have the Belgariad Magician's Gambit for a wormhole pick. We have the Bone Shard War for a random number generator. We have the Forgetting Moon for a book over 500 pages, right? That's what that one was? Yes, for a book over 500 pages. We have the Shadow Casket for a buddy read. We have Ruin for a wormhole black hole pick. We have Kingdom of Ash for a wormhole black hole pick. Let's go get stack number 2. Okay, here's stack number 2. We have... okay, I need to balance this. My goodness. The Beautiful and the Damned for a book between 390 to 400 pages. The Beauty of Darkness for a free pick spinner. Heart of Betrayal for a romance. Kiss of Deception for... what was that one? Oh, a book with royalty in it. Alone with You in the Ether for a book less than 300 pages. Queen Charlotte for a hyped book. Master Artificer for a wormhole black hole pick. Fourth Wing for a book with sprayed edges. One Dark Window for a spinner wheel adult fantasy. And Daughter of No Worlds for a gifted book. Holy cow. I don't think this is actually feasible. Like, I don't think there's any way in the entire world that I read all of these in the month of June. I have reading time in June. I still do not see this happening. Okay, I'm gonna try to get them all in like one stack. I might need to like scoot all the way back here, but we'll see if I can do it. I feel like that mouse on Cinderella that's like trying to stack the cheese, like holding them. Can we see it all? You can't see it all. Wait, there we go. You can see them. Oh my gosh. This is my TBR for the month of June. This is insane. I feel like I can't move or they'll fall, but oh my gosh. This is out of control. Wah! No, okay, that one's gone. That's fine. Whew. I only dropped one. I feel good about that. Whew. Okay, that is the end of this video. It's going to be very long, I think. I think that's probably going to be at least 45 minutes long, I would guess. We'll see. But that's the end of my June TBR. Oh, I do also want to mention for my Patreons, because we voted on the buddy read for the month of June, and it was tied between 2 different books. And so I put up a like poll on Instagram, and the one who got 5 votes first was it. Just so it like could be quick. And the winner is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yaros. I'm really excited about this. This is a great pick. I'm really interested to chat with you all about this book. Sorry, it's been a long video. Can't really talk right now. But yes, I wanted to let my Patreons know that Fourth Wing is the winner for the buddy read for the month of June. I'm out of breath from holding those. Wow, that's kind of sad. But here you have it. That's my June TBR. I am actually kind of feeling challenged to be able to do this because it feels so unreasonable and so not doable. So now I'm telling myself that I have to do it, that this has to happen. Come back in my next month's video so you can see whether I was able to complete this TBR or not. And also, I really hope to see some of you join me for the 48-hour readathon. It is going to be the second weekend in June. So let me look at the exact dates. It will be June 9th through the 11th. I have the video already made about that one, so you can check that out. And it will have like more specifics on times, sprints, everything like that. But it's going to be a mini Star Hop readathon. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of these books in there, honestly. I'm a little nervous for if I hit a black hole there, because what if it picks like a 1,000-page book for me? This could be dangerous. So you should join. You should see how it goes. You should see how hard the game is on me. But I'm really excited to be able to just hang out with you all a little bit there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.